Gary, 3-0 defeat here at Kidderminster Harriers in the FA Trophy. It could have been completely different if it wasn't for a slip right at the end of the first half. But a good account of yourself, you've got to be said.
Yeah, really good account of themselves. And firstly, what I'd like to say is just what a class club Kidderminster are. You know, they've made us feel unbelievably welcome. They've showed us, the manager showed us total respect by playing a full team. And whatever we done today, they're just so efficient. And obviously that's the levels, but they were so efficient. They were like one step ahead of us in every department. But for 44 and a half minutes, that was, the game plan was there, the perfect game plan. Everyone probably knew what we was going to come and do, pretty much like Spalding. We had our little moments with a better ball, could have got us in. And that's just really unfortunate. You know, Reece has got himself in a great position. Flick on, he's in control of the situation. And he's just lost his feet from under him. And obviously good awareness from the lad to square it and 1-0. And then second half, we've conceded from a set piece, which is really disappointing because obviously that's a great ball and an unbelievable header, but that could be avoided. And then we've had to open up, and Kidderminster has shown me that I was right to keep it tight first half because they've absolutely tore us apart for the last 15, 20 minutes without putting the finishing touches on it. So 3-0 we probably think flatters them a little bit, but in the last 10 minutes they could have probably run in 4, 5, 6, which would have been really, really harsh on us. But listen, we'll never know, ifs, buts, maybes. If we'd have got into half-time 0-0, our confidence would have grown, the anxiety in the ground would have grown, but it didn't because they scored. And then, like I say, the gaffer's class. He's an ex-Football League manager. He's won this division that they're in. And I wish them all the best from the players, so respectful. The goalkeepers even give our goalkeeper one of the match balls to warm up with, which he didn't have to. And we've been to so many places previous from levels above where they ain't too classy, do you know what I mean? They're a bit massive time, bit big time, but absolutely class from the minute we walked in the gate this morning to this afternoon to probably the bar staff and everyone else connected with the football club, so fair play to them.
Of course, we hear when we come to these big grounds, we hear the attendance. It was just short of 1,500, but just over 300 Corby Town fans. Excellent.
Magnificent. And, you know, listen, I hope they're happy with the work rate the lads put in today, because that's what it was. There weren't no brilliant football. There weren't no loads of chances, goal faction. That was just a grit and determination. And, you know, when you take over at these clubs, people say that's what they want to see. They've seen that in absolute spades today. But like I say, whatever we would have done today, because their gaffer's a proper gaffer, and they done it properly. He didn't make 5 or 6 changes and, we're good enough to beat Corby. He was unhappy with some of his lads' performances in the first half and made 2 changes at half time. So that, like I say, that's just credit to them. And when you come to places like this, you need, like I said, a little bit of luck. You need them not to be at it, which was a problem. And you need us to be unbelievable, which we was without the ball. And if we've been to be a little bit critical today, which I said to the lads, I think we didn't use the ball. In the moments we had the ball, we was a little bit hot potato, if you know what I mean. And, you know, just clear the lines, get a breather, rather than actually try and find a blue shirt. Connor's probably run about 10k today for about 10 touches. So, listen, that is what it was. We've had an unbelievable run. That's a great experience. We've given the fans a day out. They're going to have a great day on the way home. Hopefully they go to the Steel Bar and watch the lad from Corby do his thing in the Cage Warriors, and then hang around and, you know, hopefully, you know, we've made a few quid for the club with this cup run, and we've got to just now concentrate, regroup, and make an assault on getting in the top 5 for starters, and then anything beyond that would be great. But, you know, with these games that we've had, the Spaldings away, the Corns away, the Kidderminster away, we know that in one-off games that we can produce the goods now. So we shouldn't have no fear if we, you know, once we get in the top 5, if we can get in the top 5. If we do have to go down that route, then in a one-off game we know we can match anybody. But obviously still all to play for. That's, what is it, November still, and I don't know, probably about 7 or 8 points off the top. So we're obviously still going for top spot along with everybody else who's in the race. Brilliant race. But first of all, we've got to make sure we get ourselves in the top 5 to get more big days for these unbelievable fans.
Commiserations for today, Gary. We'll speak to you again next week.
Thank you.